Here's the Left of Lansing Monday Musing for January 13th of 2024. I'm Pat Johnston. Well, it took 1 week for everyone in Michigan to notice that the MAGA Michigan Republican Party is not a working class party. Michigan Republicans officially took the majority in the state house last week, and House Speaker Matt Hall is already showing his cards on who he's fighting to represent on a daily basis. And it's not hardworking Michiganders. No. It's the donor class. Now, in a press conference last week, Matt Hall said, and I'm quoting, "People are struggling. That's why they voted out Democrats, because the energy prices are too high. The taxes are the cost of living is so high. People are trying to pay for their prescription drugs. They're trying to pay for household goods. They're trying to pay for groceries." Okay, look, no one's going to argue that people aren't struggling with high grocery prices, even though unemployment is hovering around 4% and wages have gone up since COVID. But no one's also going to argue that prescription drugs aren't expensive and that housing prices are not through the roof. All right, so Matt Hall, he's got our attention. What are the grand plans from the MAGA Michigan Republican House majority to combat corporate greed on groceries and prescription drugs? Well, according to Matt Hall, protecting the restaurant lobby by forcing server wages to remain low. Now that's an interesting way of showing the working class that you're helping them out. I guess further explanation is needed. Okay, if you recall, last year, the Michigan State Supreme Court ruled that the then Republican majority in 2018 acted unconstitutionally, go figure, right? When it blatantly watered down increases to Michigan's minimum wage and paid sick leave ballot initiatives. Now, these initiatives were citizen-driven and would have easily passed in the 2018 election when Democrats won the gubernatorial, attorney general, and secretary of state seats. I mean, that's why the Republican legislature back then adopted the initiatives and then drastically altered the language, which severely slowed down the minimum wage increases and virtually gutted the paid sick time leave initiative. As usual, screwing over the workers is always the top priority for MAGA Michigan Republicans. But even though the state Supreme Court ruled that what Republicans did was unconstitutional and that the minimum wage must be $15 an hour by 2028, including a phasing out of a lower minimum wage for tip workers by 2028, and that workers could begin earning paid sick time leave for the hours that they accrued, Michigan Republicans have started working on gutting the working class once again. The restaurant lobby is pushing Republicans and some Democrats to give into their demands and slow down these working class advantages. We can't have that. The restaurant lobby warns of mass layoffs, closures, and skyrocketing menu prices. Of course, restaurateurs knew that this was always a possibility, and tipped wages aren't being phased out completely by tomorrow, so they've got some time to adjust. I mean, this will ensure servers will receive a decent wage on a slow night, and they won't have to rely on the whims of a customer tipping 10, 15, 27, 25, or 0%. And research shows that since the pandemic, as restaurants began using those automatic tipping prompts, tips only grew modestly. And as CNBC reported, some bartenders and servers said that they are now making as much as 30% less than what they earned in previous years, citing a backlash to so-called tipflation. So the evidence is there that the workers need help. But the Michigan Republican majority says, we care more about management. So I'm just wondering here, how does hurting those who could be earning more money help lower grocery prices and prescription drug costs? Hey, your guess is as good as mine. But despite his lousy betting record, it's a bet Michigan House Speaker Matt Hall is willing to take to please his donors. leftoflansing@gmail.com is the best way to reach me. Subscribe to the podcast and also subscribe to Left of Lansing on YouTube. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter, the Gram, and Facebook. Take the battle to them.